Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over some things that you must know what San Diego summers are like. Let's go ahead and get started. My team and I hear from people just like you all the time saying they're making the move out here to San Diego, and we absolutely love helping them. So if you're thinking of making the move here to San Diego in the next few weeks, months, or even in the next year, go ahead and give our team a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email. We would love to help make this move out here to San Diego as easy and stress-free as possible. Okay, first of all, something you may not know, but you will quickly realize in the summertime, there are a lot of homes in coastal cities such as Carlsbad, Encinitas that don't have air conditioning because they're so close to the coast. Oceanside, several of them, it's not a given that all homes have air conditioning out here. In fact, for those coastal cities, I would say it's more rare that they do have air conditioning than that they don't have air conditioning. So this is something that maybe if you're shopping in the spring or anytime outside of the summer that you may not put a lot of emphasis on, but you will quickly realize that in the summer. Obviously, coastal cities are cooler, so you can open up windows and not that big of a deal. But I have a few friends who don't have air conditioning that live in these cities, and there's probably 3 to 5 days out of the year where we get heat waves, Santa Ana winds that just cause it to be warmer because the air is coming from the inland rather than from the coast. So on those days, they will ignore everything and head to the beach all day to cool off. So yeah, this is something that I was kind of surprised to hear. But yeah, doesn't bother them. They just haven't been able to justify wanting to come up with thousands of dollars to install AC in their home. So they just deal with 5 days out of the year being completely kicked out of their house from early morning, and then usually come home around sunset to open up all the windows and get that hopefully coastal breeze in their home at sunset and at dark to cool their house down. Another thing that you may not notice until summer is the traffic here in the summertime. The Five is just way more crowded. We get millions of visitors all year long, but we especially get the bulk of our visitors in the summertime because of our fabulous beaches. The kids are off of school. They want to be at Legoland and SeaWorld and Balboa Park, all the great museums that we have. So there's a lot of visitors from out of town here, which is great. I mean, obviously, we have a huge tourism's a big part of our economy here in San Diego, so we're grateful for it. But if you're going anywhere up and down the Five in the summertime, plan for there to be more traffic because of all these summer visitors. And I mean, honestly, I'm a huge beach goer. I don't need to go on the Five very often. But yeah, even the beach, some of our favorite beaches, the parking is just insane that I can't handle going to some beaches because of all the beach goers. Like normally we love Moonlight Beach and Encinitas, but the summer crowd just makes it unbearable for me. It's hard to get enough area on the sand to enjoy a day at the beach with everyone there. And I hate feeling like I'm like, too close to other guests there. So that's just one example. And then, of course, I didn't even touch on this, the Del Mar Fair that goes on in July. So end of June through just a little over July 4th, we have the Del Mar Fair at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. And this causes a lot of traffic as well because people love heading to the fair. They have great concerts there and things like that. But yeah, if you're planning to go anywhere where you need to pass the Del Mar Fairgrounds off the 5, you will definitely experience more traffic delays. So this is something to be aware of in the summertime in San Diego. Okay, another thing you should be aware of for the summer season here in San Diego is our summers start much later. This year it wasn't too bad, but other years it's been horrendous. The May gray, June gloom, and I say this year in 2024 it wasn't that bad because probably since the middle of June we haven't experienced a lot of May gray. We're in 2023. June gloom was the whole month of June. I feel like our summer didn't even start till July. So that was really, really rough. But this is something to be mindful of because I know we get a lot of visitors from Arizona, which is great. But they're expecting warm, sunny beach days in May. And a lot of times that just doesn't happen. And sometimes you can even be disappointed in June because of the June gloom. So I know that that's something that surprised me until living here is the May gray and June gloom. And honestly, even this morning, it's the very end of June. We had a lot of clouds and fog. Even me, I live a couple miles inland from the coast, and that didn't burn off until about 10 o'clock. So still seeing some of that, but luckily it's burning off quickly and there has been gorgeous beach days, but that's something to be mindful of in the summers here in San Diego. And then, of course, this kind of goes along the lines of all the tourists that we have here, but the crowds at restaurants is really surprising as well. I know that we like to go out to eat on weekends especially, and it's just much more crowded. Restaurants that we usually walk into or maybe have like a 10-minute wait, sometimes we're waiting 35, 40 minutes to get a table because of all the visitors that we have here. So not only are they affecting traffic and theme park lines, that's another thing. I won't hardly go to Legoland, or I definitely won't go to SeaWorld in the summer because it's way too hot. But more than anything, I just can't handle how crowded it is. Live nearby Legoland and love going there, even if it's just for a couple hours. But in the off season, you're walking on to every ride, especially if you're going during the week. And summertime, it just drives me crazy having to deal with the crowd since I'm not used to it. Let me know in the comments below if any of these aspects are deal breakers. But yes, I think the biggest takeaway is knowing whether or not your home has air conditioning, the traffic that you'll experience in the summer, not only on the roads, but the crowds at restaurants and theme parks and beaches. And then sometimes in early summer, not having that great beach weather that we absolutely love, but having the May gray and June gloom. Let me know if you found any of these surprising and if any of them would deter you from wanting to live here in San Diego.